Welcome to Tooltopix. Today we're talking about things that can cut you. And no, I'm not talking about your crazy ex-girlfriend. That's between you, the restraining order, her probation officer, or however that goes. Not right here. Today we're going to talk about your common utility knives. And why? Because I want to. That's why. This is unsolicited and I'm okay with that. If you like what I got to say, please like, subscribe, follow along, comment. I like to see what you got to say. If I do something stupid, let me know. I'm okay with that. Either way, here we go. Today, the first one we have is the Milwaukee Fastback. This is the most common knife you'll see out there right now because you can get this dude everywhere. I'm surprised it's not in gas stations by now. This is a really good knife. They're popular knives. They're reliable knives. I don't even know if they can wear out. The finish can wear off from them. The aluminum can wear off from them. And these dudes will still function. They just do what they need to do. The only thing that can possibly wear out probably is that button and that button. Other than that, they're just going to do what they're going to do. Either way, it's a great knife. It's probably the most copied knife out there. It's a great knife. Here it is. Next, we have its little baby brother. The little baby composite knife. This one's a little lighter, it's a lot smaller, and it's composite with a steel lining versus that one being all aluminum. Same push button right here, same push button right here. It works just fine. You have a sharp blade in it, you're going to cut something. It's a reliable blade. The little mechanism's a little different in it, but that's fine. It still does what it needs to do. You will like this knife for a long time as long as you don't lose it, which is what I do. On to the next one, we have a Doyle, which is a pretty good copy of the Milwaukee. This is a great knife. You see how well it swings, does what it needs to do, same parkerized finish. The only difference on this knife is these grooves, and I like that groove. You have a good grip on this knife. If you need to grab something, you can. If you need to put a grip on that knife, that your finger is not going to slip. That's one improvement they did to it. Another improvement they did is the button. The button right here sticks out a lot farther. It's easier to hit. Easier to change the blade on this than it is Milwaukee. Kind of surprised me at the quality. It's aluminum, but the aluminum on this one isn't quite as thick as the Milwaukee, as you can see looking at that. So it's not really a big deal. It's still a good knife. It doesn't affect the knife. But it just shows that's where the cost cut was. The irony that they can make this knife for half the price as the Milwaukee says a lot about the markup on them knives. Because I guarantee ain't none of them made in this country. But either way, it's a good knife. I like it. The reason why I bought this is because I'm really bad about losing the Milwaukee knives. And I needed one here that if I lost it, it wasn't going to hurt my feelings. And here it is. Next is the HyperTough knife. Now this knife was probably made to compete with this one. They are both about the same price. And this is actually a good knife. It's a composite knife with a steel lining. Has a little keychain holder here so you can, or a lanyard holder, whatever it is, so you can tie that dude down and hang it. If you're working on a ladder and you drop it and it ain't going to fall off, or you're not going to lose it at least. If it swings around, it's free to cut you in the leg. However it is, it works. This is a great knife. It really surprises me at the quality. And this knife has the little wire stripper on it, which is pretty cool. So does the Doyle, but it has a wire stripper part down here. And whoever uses that, I don't know, but it's there if you need it. But no complaints about this knife. It's inexpensive and it works just fine. Next, I have this knife right here kind of surprised me. This is probably the cheapest knife up here. And this knife is the old style, similar old style, where you have to flip this down to change the blade. And it has a traditional lever lock release right there. To close this knife, you have to push this. That is the same style. It's been around for many years. And for people who like traditional lock bar style lock blades, it works fine. The quality of this knife really surprises me. This is the most sturdy out of all these knives. It really is. It's not going to say the smoothest because there's a little resistance in there, but it's the most sturdy. There's like no play in this knife whatsoever. You got stainless steel insides, stainless steel right here. There's a similar parkerized finish right there. I assume because that may be aluminum. I don't know for sure. I don't know if that's steel or aluminum, whatever it is. It's parkerized finish. But I like it. There's a lot of stainless steel in this knife. This knife's going to be around for a long time. The only thing that really could deter people away from this knife is the locking mechanism. That's it. It's just a traditional locking mechanism. This knife reminds me of, when you're younger and your pawpaw's out there whittling on something, you're like, Pawpaw, let me borrow your knife. And he pulls out his old timer and he whips that dude out and uses it, and then you try to whip it out and you feel like you got to use a pair of pliers to get the blade out because that lock is so tight on that thing. That's what this knife reminds me of. Your pawpaw can use it easily, but you're probably going to struggle. But it's a great knife. It really surprises me at the quality of it for such an inexpensive knife. Now, this knife right here, this was the first decent knife I ever had. I bought this probably 16, 17, 18 years ago. And this knife still functioned well. Still functions as it should. And it has blade storage in it right there. Holds like 5 blades. I think I paid maybe $15, $16 for this thing all those years ago, which is ironic. It costs about the same as a Milwaukee does now. Back when this came out, it was the bomb. There wasn't many knives that were made like this. If you remember back then, they were very thin aluminum knives they were just cheap. The only thing that I really don't like about this knife is this, but that's just the way they were made back then. And they were reliable, and if they ever got loose, you just take a pair of pliers and squeeze on this a little bit, and they get it right back to where it needs to be, except for when I do that. Either way, great knife. Now, the best knife in here to let your wife keep in her purse. I was thinking about that. Depending on her level of violence and her attitude on a daily basis. Now, I picked this Husky. And the reason why is, first of all, it's going to be reliable. Second of all, if she ever gets mad at you, it's harder to open. It takes a little while to open. So it's going to take her a little time. And in that time that she takes, she's not going to realize that you unloaded it. You don't leave her a loaded weapon, you crazy? But either way, it's actually a great knife. It's reliable. It's going to be a little harder for her to close. The reason why I say this knife is because of how rigid it is and how good the quality is, honestly. But, remember, don't give your wife a loaded weapon. But either way, that's my knife talk. If you like it, say something. If you don't, say something. I want to hear what you have to say. Well, I guess that's about it. But don't forget, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you got to say. Either way, we'll catch you later. Y'all have a good evening.